can scale much better into the late game. So I'm excited to see how these teams decide to play that out, right? Obviously, laning phase is one thing when it comes to game length and game state. That's another. And talking about that, we do have the game up and ready. We do have the first match between EggsonToast and Green Eggs and Spam. Welcome to NSI 2022.
Yes, sir. And we do get the confirmation now. It is finally that Pantheon jungle. And actually, you have to pay attention to that Pantheon E, because even if Pantheon is stuck in that frozen tomb, if his E is up, that's gonna be a lot of negated damage. So, and like Pantheon does have the ability to block out a lot of this damage coming from all these from these people. I mean, it can't block out the Renata hostile takeover, but the thing about it is it will block out a lot of the damage, which EggsonToast kind of want to do immediately, right? EggsonToast want to have that burst damage, that return from the Sivir. I mean, the first round of that boomerang from the Sivir will do a lot of damage, and as well as the frozen tomb. But if that Pantheon E is up, and if it's that enhanced one, it does block out more damage and gives him extra movement speed in the end. So this is going to be very interesting how that E is used. It does not block tower shots anymore. It's not as broken as it was before. If you remember those times where Pantheon support would be locked at the bottom lane, and then they just tower dive you level 2 because they got
not just Pantheon support. It was the Pantheon Leona lane that was the worst in the world. That lane was something.
Yeah, I do. I mean, there you go. East, the Q start because of that Q buff. Very different. Very common start here coming from the jungle. Both junglers starting at different sides of the map right now. So this is very interesting. So there's most likely not going to be a skirmish between the two junglers, but Lee Sin is going for the full clear. So this is going to be, if Pantheon does show early here, this is going to be very interesting to see if Pantheon does go for the early gank. Pantheon does have the ability to do that, but looking at the lane states right now, this Lissandra is going very aggressive. Ooh, but Pantheon is not gonna. Ooh,
that is really good. Well done by NightShifts there. Really using range versus melee. Something that we've seen throughout the whole tournament.
Nice handshake there. But this is very interesting.
Xayah does get the callback, however. Heal is now used. They are going to try to look for the Xayah. Xayah is taking out the ignite, uses the cleanse a bit too early and dies. Well, rather a bit too late. She should have cleansed the ignite and not ticked down so much, but that is a huge first blood over to EggsonToast.
Yeah, a little bit of a misplay there from Xayah, not respecting the damage of that Q boomerang. That does do a lot of damage. But again, in terms of that trade, that's so worth it because they do lose out on the cleanse, and flash is available for Sivir here, who is...
I might look for something here. No ward available. Does flash in, going for that Sivir, going for the full combo, but Renata pulling back the Pantheon. Pantheon might not... Yeah, Pantheon does not have the mobility or the abilities to continue that, and that is a flash blown for nothing.
That's actually not worth it for the Pantheon there, who just did the Gromp and went straight down to bot lane. Unfortunately, the AD carry was not there. But yeah, in terms of the lane matchups right now, it's going exactly as planned for both squads, except obviously the first blood, they did not want to give that up. But this is a different mid laner for EggsonToast. They do have their substitute mid laner on NightShifts in here, and there you go. The enhanced W is ready now.
For this, use the Q and gets the stun. Manages to buffer it, but Sylas not going in. We do also see the Lee Sin pathing downwards, having to flash away, but the Lissandra doesn't fall. Now the Lee Sin is here to respond to this gank, going in directly onto the Pantheon. They are looking to fight here. Lissandra is around as well, but they're backing away. Seraphine was there, but nothing comes of it. So flash blown by Lissandra. Big get some.
Great usage of the root there, a bit too aggressive, but yeah, having to flash in the end. So this is great positioning for the wave for this Tahm Kench, who is one of those lane bullies. But Gwen can easily push this in and try to get a cheater recall or a good reset. But yeah, having to extend this far into the lane is very dangerous, but Lee Sin is at the other side of the map. And so Gwen, knowing this, just playing very aggressively. But yeah, the Pantheon is just taking his blue right now, and this is because Pantheon tried to go for that quick level 3 gank over to the bot lane, but again, unfortunately, the Xayah did die too quickly. So with this clear, this allows Pantheon to go a full clear up to the top side and go for that reset, or even help this Gwen, who is very pushed up around the map. But if around the map in terms of this state early in the game, this is going exactly as EggsonToast planned it to go.
Yeah, I mean, Gwen here is actually abusing the Tahm Kench pretty well, using that minion block the minion wall, but we might see something here. Lee Sin going in, does get the Q onto Seraphine, slowing down Seraphine right now. Seraphine managing to get away with her W, and yeah, just a little gank to push him off the wave. Are we?
Yeah, nothing really much going to be happening around the maps in terms of picks here, because this is going to be very difficult. I mean, Xayah does have flash, even if Xayah was caught there, could have easily flashed out there, but Pentakill Viego is spotted here by that ward, so very important now, especially they are
Sylas going in.
engaging.
Yeah, continuing to go in onto Lissandra, does manage to get all of his abilities off him. Huge, pushing her out of lane here. Pantheon is looking around. This could end in a dive potentially. Pantheon is not yet spotted. They are looking around, but did not push the wave in time, and he gets away with his life.
Yeah, this is actually not a very good position of the wave for the Lissandra, who's gonna miss a lot of EXP, because that wave is positioned near perfectly for that Sylas, who can shove this in. He has enough mana to shove this in. Won't make it in time, and will probably miss a few minions there. This is a big wave for the Lissandra to miss right now. So really good understanding from Sylas in terms of damage there, because yeah, that as Sylas, you actually do a lot of damage. We've seen this matchup before, and if I remember correctly, it was Billow who dominated that on Sylas against the Lissandra, basically 1v1ing it at all times. But yeah, this is the lane dominance of Tahm Kench, just using that tongue to push in this opponent. But Pantheon and Lee Sin are here, is spotted, but
he will be spotted by that tank ward. Oh, we do see Tahm Kench getting engaged on now. Does have the stun available. Uses his Devour directly onto Gwen here. Now they're going to keep fighting this. Gwen really low, using her ultimate as well. Tahm Kench using his E to try to stay alive a bit longer. And now Tahm Kench using his W can't escape in time. It falls to Señor stab. Great gank by this jungler.
Yeah, big misplay there from the Tahm Kench. Tahm Kench should have seen the Pantheon there, because there was a ping there coming out from the Lee Sin, if I remember, which was signaling for it to be careful. But yeah, a good response here from EggsonToast. They just go across the other side of the map after that reset, knowing that, okay, you're spotted, you're gonna get caught, we're just gonna get this free Mountain Drake. They can't really do anything to respond because of that Sivir push, which is basically always going to be pushing in the lane because of that boomerang and that ricochet damage, which has just been changed now. So you know, this Sivir is going to be able to push this lane in and help this jungler a lot, especially with these bot lane fights. And Xayah, you know, who is building the attack speed, build. So this Xayah is gonna take its time to, you know, get up there in damage, but eventually that deadly plumage is gonna do a lot of damage. And yeah, they do not catch them. But yeah, pretty much just exactly how it's going. You see that wave, it's just disappearing in front of their eyes. So it's really hard for this. They're gonna go.
Gank going on to Lissandra. Lissandra will not escape in time. The stun comes through, using the frozen tomb on herself, but it's not going to be enough. He's just going to die here. Not enough damage, and Pantheon securing the second kill for Green Eggs and Spam.
Woo! Yo, Jung King's Pantheon stuns have been on point on this Lissandra. Not using it too early and not using it too late as well. Denying, the usage of the claw to go over to the safety of the turret there.
Going for the Sylas here. Sylas might get caught here. We do see Pantheon ulting in as well, using the kick, but flashes over the kick, and Lee Sin will get away here, I believe. But what a huge flash! Sylas now chasing, does have Lee Sin's ultimate as well. Tahm Kench knocked him up, and a little bit of an overstep by Joso, and punished by PentaIsMine. Now we do see Jung King taking a few hits from Pantheon. Does have the stun available. It uses the QR directly onto Pantheon. Pantheon is now caught here. Gwen is a little bit too late in the kill, going over to Pentakill Viego.
Oh, that looked good for Green Eggs and Spam. I was just about to praise the mobility of the Pantheon, able to join in the fight even though it was at the bot side of the map. But good flash react there too. But this does give over 2 kills to EggsonToast and this potential Herald. If they do not respond to this, Gwen can push the lane and respond to this in time. But it doesn't seem that they're going to do anything much about it. I mean, they are pathing over here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. They're just gonna catch it the last second. Oh, but they are here. They can get
Smite is available. He could go for this. But it's stolen by Gwen. This Smite doesn't go off. And huge play by the Gwen, and the kill going over to Sylas as well, getting his revenge for that kill.
That is unfortunate for the Lee Sin. The team was around, but they just were expecting for that to go through. I mean, wow, that was just a great play from Gwen. Also, Gwen got to shove the lane in, so that really didn't lose much EXP and gold there, but now has that empowered recall ability to go back and Skibby's here.
They are looking for a gank here. They does have the claw, but does not elect to go in, understanding that they don't know where anybody else is, so they don't know if there might be a response coming in. Very good respect coming up from the EggsonToast players, you know, showing respect considering how chaotic it's been so far.
Yeah, honestly, right now in terms of the game state, it is that 400 slight gold lead over the EggsonToast that is expected out of this team. I mean, there you go, Señor stab on top of everyone again. We know that this top laner has been dominant in the tournament. There are 3 people over at mid. They can look to
use the frozen tomb. Oh no, the frozen tomb came from Sylas. Encore does miss though, but that is huge. 2 ultimates for an ultimate and a flash. I would say that overall Green Eggs takes the win from that trade.
Actually, that was insane. I thought that was the first frozen tomb from Lissandra, but then we forgot that Sylas does have that ultimate too. So yeah, you know, if you look over at the state of the bot lane now, it's been like this the whole game. It's just been Sivir throwing a boomerang, clear out this wave. They haven't been able to respond to this push that they are, but knowing that they are pushing now, Lee Sin is here to respond.
They might look for a fight here. Xayah does still have the pullback available. Lee Sin is behind, but now they're now looking for a fight. Huge hostile takeover taking on the Pantheon, but Pantheon taking out the Renata immediately. Pantheon still alive here. Seraphine getting taken down by the Sivir, and Lee Sin killing Pantheon as well. 2 for 1 for EggsonToast.
Yeah, great understanding of
they might
the
look for a dive here. Lissandra is moving. They might look for something here. They are moving forward. Gets the Q and manages to get the 3rd kill. Trap Ori falling to Pentakill Viego.
Yo, Pentakill Viego is affecting this. Okay. Well, takes 2 free turret shots there for no apparent reason, but you know, gets out of there for free. But I mean, that's absolutely insane. The power and the knowledge of this Lee Sin, but
Sylas is looking for something here, but Lee Sin's there as well. Lissandra going in. Pantheon is around as well. They managed to take down Lissandra. Stun going onto the Sivir. Sivir is getting taken down really quickly here. Sylas stealing Sivir ultimate. Now they're pushing forward with that. They are looking for the Sivir. Sivir gets taken down. And now Seraphine is here in the fight as well. They're taking down Lee Sin. Lee Sin might get another kill, but no! That's another 3 kills given over back to Green Eggs and Spam. And this is just a heavy skirmish game. Just fights happening back and forth. What is this, the LPL?
This is perfect too, because those 3 kills does allow them to get this Ocean Drake, which is going to be very, very important for the squad who wants to stay healthy, especially this Xayah and this Seraphine, who has been shoved out of lane multiple times now. Skibby is over here trying to steal.
Might get pulled back here. Great. Oh, but the pullback doesn't root. Now pushed away by the Renata, and he will manage to escape. The E does not reach in time. Lissandra is around. She could look for a steal here. Does have the frozen tomb available. They do have vision. They could look for something here. Sylas going around. Lissandra does not elect to go in. Sylas might look for a kill here. Sylas going in onto Lissandra, but Lissandra getting the root. They are now going for this Renata, and Renata might fall here to Sylas, but a great response by Lee Sin, managing to take him out. Bailout used on herself. If the takeout doesn't come fast enough, it does not, and Joso gets a kill onto Renata. As that's happening, Pantheon is killing Lissandra. Lee Sin does get the shutdown on Sylas, however. Frozen Tomb used by Lissandra, and now Pantheon just backing away from this fight. Now, Lee Sin, huge Q going in and managing to take out Pantheon as well. Overall, 2 for 1. What a chaotic fight.
What is happening around the map right now? Every time, it's like they're taking turns to get double kills, triple kills around the map. These junglers are everywhere. They're making a statement right now.
There might be a solo kill happening on top lane. Ignite is used by the Tahm Kench. Does manage to get that last Q off, and we do see Gwen trying to escape from this. Uses the blast gun to go over, manages to dodge the Q, but goes directly into the Tahm Kench W, and 1 auto, 2 autos, and the Q for the solo kill.
That's pretty sick coming out from the Tahm Kench, knowing where to hit that that knockup. I mean, in the end, Señor Stab just accepted death and just, you know, pretty much tried to fight it out, but they did die there. But now, as the mid lane, as the mid game does start to approach, you want to start helping this AD carry over at the bot lane, trying to get this first turret down and position them over at the mid lane. Try to get, you know, them to shove the lane. As you can see there, that sequence right there, that short sequence of where it went to red, that was where everyone was getting triple kills. It was first EggsonToast, and then
but great stun coming through, canceling the W of the Tahm Kench, and now he's taking tower shots as well, and it looks like he's going to fall in the shutdown, going over to Pantheon.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty simple to cancel out as Pantheon. Pantheon just has a point and click stun, and you can't really escape that. You just, the moment you see that that Tahm Kench start going out, you just press on that Tahm Kench and it pretty much goes through. But Yeah, I mean, right now they're like in terms of EggsonToast team comp, they have really good ability to just push waves and punish teams. And you can see they're trying to set up this slow push here. So I won't. There will most likely try to be a response here for
Who's on a
this
ward?
EggsonToast squad. Yeah, they are on a ward. They are
They might look
spotted.
to try to bait this out.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
they
there you go.
are
They're
looking
starting
to
it.
fight this. Xayah does have the pullback available. Does use the ultimate. Featherstorm used immediately. Pullback not being used just yet. And manages to get that double root. Huge double root for the escape. And that might have looked bad at first, but that was an amazing play by Trap Ori.
Yeah, but I understand why Trust Your Sense was trying to hold out on that. I mean, Trap Ori had to hold out on the callback, and that is because of that. You know, the spell shield from the Sivir, it can't cancel. But exactly, this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to set up this dive with this wave right here. They're trying to get this First Blood turret over to the Sivir, but it seems like NightShifts does back out on this. But there is a Tahm Kench to cover them here now, so they don't know this.
This is warded as well. It looks like this is going to fall. There isn't much response that's going to come fast enough. Sylas let's go through, but hostile takeover going immediately. And now Seraphine, huge encore, landing onto two members. They will continue to fight this. Sylas does have the zone. Pantheon now going in as well. They're looking for the Renata glass. Does manage to get the stun onto Skibby. Skibby now falls, and now the Xayah, or sorry, the Sivir having to kite out, but the Pantheon and Sylas are too strong. And now it's this Tahm Kench that's going to have to run away from all five members of Green Eggs and Spam here. They are looking to keep going for this. The stun's coming through. Tahm Kench still has the E available. Does not use it just yet. Manages to W away in time. The ignite ticking down, but he will live. But it looks like this tower is going to fall.
Yeah, I mean, great response there from Green Eggs and Spam. They realize, okay, they're slow pushing this. They know we're under vision. They're definitely trying to make a play to get this Sivir ahead, and they definitely were. And again, they are able to respond because of that map awareness. And not only that, but it's the Pantheon ultimate. That's the insane ability of that Pantheon to be able to respond almost immediately to a gank, even from almost at base. And once that is a level 9 ultimate, that, I mean, the second level of that ultimate, that's gonna be an insane range increase at level 11. So I mean, this is what you need to pay attention to. If this Pantheon is at one side of the map, they are able to make insane cross map plays with that ultimate. But as we saw there, yep, Lee Sin does take the top lane turret here with the Herald that they just took here. So overall, I mean, in terms of the map right now, the most important turret that is still up for both teams is that mid lane turret. And with this Sivir over at the mid lane, that's definitely going to be their main next target to take down. So it's much easier to rotate around the map for this squad. And as you see there, sudden switch in the gold here. Joso is on top, but there are two EggsonToast players that are in the top 3, and that is the AD carry who wants that gold, who is around 1.3k ahead of the opposing AD carry. So that's very big. That's almost a Berserker Greave difference.
Yeah, so I believe a team fight might come up here. They are spotted by that sweeper, and Lee Sin now gets the Q onto Gwen. Lissandra going in as well. They are going for this Gwen, but Gwen using her ultimate as well. They are looking for a fight here, but huge kick by the Lee Sin. Huge encore as well, grabbing 4 members, and now there's a lot of damage coming in as well. You see multiple members dying here. Xayah with a huge pullback, getting a lot of damage, but nobody is falling just yet. 2 members of Green Eggs and Toast already down. We do have the 3rd member going down as well, and a 4th, and then over getting a kill back onto Lissandra as well. This Tahm Kench doing so much damage, but that is an ace for EggsonToast and only taking out 2 members of Green Eggs and Spam.
Yeah, EggsonToast understanding their power spike is pretty much hit with this Tahm Kench. I mean, this Tahm Kench does fall off. So does, I mean, the Lee Sin and all that. The Lissandra pick does never falls off, but in terms of damage, they do fall off. They know that as a group right now, they're gonna do a lot of damage, especially with that Sivir, who is very, very fed, and they do get this first Drake. This does allow them to start the stacking.
I think that it's definitely a sign of things to come. That team fight was a little bit uncoordinated, I would say, from Green Eggs. And I think if they can get that coordination back up and running, EggsonToast is going to start being on the losing end of these fights.
Especially PentaIsMine is tanking the turret here. What is up with EggsonToast members and turrets right now? But yeah, I mean, especially with the Xayah in a close corridor like that, those feathers are going to be very important. But again, we need to talk about this Devour of Tahm Kench. If they do use that aggressively, there's basically, it's very easy to pick off the Sivir. Granted, yes, Sivir does have that ability to peel for herself with only one skill, which is that spell shield. But once that is down, this Sivir is very easy to pick off. But you know, so they have to pay attention to in those fights. If another one of those 4-man encore lands, and Sylas was not one of those people that was at the side that got CC'd or something. Look at this pick they're going for right now.
They are going for this. They are going to get him instantly at Sivir, just falling to the 3 members of Green Eggs and Toast. Or Green Eggs and Toast. See, I hate this. I hate this so much. I knew that this was going to happen.
Oh.
But yes, huge pick by Green Eggs and Spam onto that Sivir, just as you mentioned, Sivir, potentially getting picked off very easily, right? Caster Curse strikes again, and so is this other pause. But yeah, bring us through the lane state right now, lads.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. That's the example of that Pantheon. You never really expect this Pantheon unless you have this Pantheon on vision. Oh, it seems that PentaIsMine is lagging right now.
Is this lagging or is this freezing the wave? I mean, I can't tell. Oh, okay, I believe it was lag. Do you see the pause coming in? Oh no, Xayah! No, that's the VM, my guy. That's VM. No. Oh, this is gonna be unfortunate when the pause comes back. He manages to escape with his life, but
too good,
oh man,
he is too good. Disrespect the Tahm Kench.
That is the freeze diff, bro. That's the freeze diff.
And he is frozen again.
Okay, we do see. You know what? You gotta love.
Indie game company.
Let's get a replay on that. We're getting a replay on this. Okay, all right. You see Xayah going for that, gets the pullback, but it's not enough. There's no root that comes in because it's only 2 feathers, and he manages to escape with his life.
Yeah, right now this Xayah is not playing this root game to the best. We saw this earlier at the Dragon pick where that was easily a killer Renata, but there were only 2 feathers and not 3. A little too early on the callback. But yeah, I mean, Thormail is finally completed for this Tahm Kench. It's going to be very important in team fights, especially for the Sylas. But we just saw the potential of this Pantheon pick. It pretty much, even though, sure, Sivir can spell shield that stun, but once that spell shield is gone, you saw every member flashing in, trying to get that pick onto the Sivir, who they know is the biggest carry here, now has that PD, and that's going to be very important. They do get this first mid turret here, so this does allow EggsonToast to finally start putting down some deep vision in this Green Eggs and Spam jungle, and that's going to be very big for the Dragon, because it is going to be up in 2:30. There is a Baron up here, but no team is looking for that. But right now, Green Eggs has a lot of vision, especially after that pick on the Sivir. They were allowed to place this down. So right now, as Green Eggs, they know that they definitely have the vision advantage over at this Dragon side, so they are going to play to their advantages there, especially with the upcoming Dragon Dance. They don't want to give 2 Infernals over to the Sivir, who has a lot of damage already, and with that, it's just gonna skyrocket even higher once that second is picked up for this EggsonToast squad. But again, the scaling is starting to come for this Green Eggs team. Sylas does have a shutdown, is a 9-3-2, and if you look over at Xayah, sure, 1-3-2, but Xayah is going to get up there in damage eventually. Yes, the top of the top 5, 3 of them are from EggsonToast, but again, these 2 of these 3 members are gonna fall off eventually in damage, and it's only Sivir that really matters in terms of damage in this EggsonToast squad. But yeah, Joso on the Sylas is very big right now, very important member in this Green Eggs squad. So yeah, the gold graph, it dipped a little bit there, but it has been going up a little bit. So yeah,
I believe that dip was the pick onto Sivir.
Yeah.
I believe that's what that was.
Very big, because there was a big shutdown onto the Sivir and was given over to the Sylas, who now has Cosmic Drive in this next fight, has Zhonya's as well. So this is going to be very important. 1 minute in, no teams really have set up vision there. I mean, unless right now they are trying to get this mid push, so they do have the first step. Sivir going for a recall here, does have enough time to make it back here. So this is very interesting. What item will make a difference here? It's either a stopwatch or more damage, just more damage. Straight up getting that BF sword here for this next fight. This is going to be very important for both teams. The next team that wins this will pretty much have control of the map for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I could definitely see whoever wins this Dragon fight going straight to Baron, especially if it leads to a clean fight where there's 4 or 5 members of the opposing team dead. Of course, it also depends on the fight itself. If, it's 4 for 5, then you can't really solo Baron. But a lot of vision set up by EggsonToast. They want this. They want to secure soul point for themselves, and they want to make sure that they end up getting this, because it will put them in the most favorable position to close out this game for good.
The dragon is up now. Let's see. Let's start this dragon dance.
We might see a fight here. EggsonToast does have first step onto this, and there's not much that Green Eggs can do. They're still just clearing vision. Pantheon ulting in right now, but is in the middle of multiple members. We do see Lissandra backing away, but Frozen Tomb used as well. Encore landing onto multiple members, and hostile takeover stolen by Sylas. Now Gwen diving onto the back lane, taking down Sivir, taking down Renata, and now Gwen just dealing so much damage. Lissandra trying to get away from the fight, using flashes here, but Pantheon, Sylas still alive, and that's 4 for 0 for Green Eggs and spam. Lissandra is on the back foot here and just having to get away. She might look for steal here, but it's too healthy, and that's straight to Baron. What a huge play by the Gwen, especially going straight for the backline of EggsonToast, and there was nothing they could do about it.
There you go. We see the potential of that Sylas. The Sylas who is very, very fed, just steals the Renata ult. And yeah, sure, your Sivir does a lot of damage, but now that Sivir does a lot of damage for us, they do now get this free Baron here. That was a 4 for 0. That was very big here for this Green Eggs team, who now is now ahead, and will push this lead to even further limits now because they have this lead. And Sylas is getting caught here, but no, in the end does not land there. But yeah, he lives, and there you go. Lord Dominic's completed for the Xayah. This Xayah is just gonna keep doing damage now. And if in team fights, if we keep seeing that Renata ult getting stolen by Sylas, that's gonna be a big problem for EggsonToast, because if they are super close to the Sivir who they need to protect, who has a lot of damage, is also dealing a lot of damage to them, especially with that PD Kraken Slayer spike.
And that was a really good ultimate by Pantheon, and I think a little bit of a misplay that has to be pointed out there is the fact that even though Pantheon was so far in, instead of turning onto the Pantheon, Tahm Kench and Lissandra elected to instead go for the back line of EggsonToast. But the problem was there was a Sylas and a Gwen there to defend them. Oh, Gwen might get caught out here. There is a Lissandra here as well. This is going to be a 1v2. Devour used directly onto the Gwen, going for the Gwen here. Knock up as well, and the Gwen uses the ultimate. Frozen Tomb is going to take down, and I believe Tahm Kench is going to secure this kill. Using the ultimate as well. Wait, she's still alive, and Pantheon going in. And what a turn! Lissandra going away too early to disrespect, and it ends up falling flat in their face. Oh no, that is unfortunate. Sylas now also getting a pick on Felicia, using that Dragon's Descent. Now this Pantheon going in, trying to go in for this. They do manage to get the Renata glass, using the cleanse. Xayah trying to get away. Bailout is used, but now takedown is going to come through. Sivir is getting a lot of damage here, using her spacing, but she is now facing 4 members of Green Eggs and spam. They are going in. Flash in by the Sylas, going for the Sivir. Sivir flashing away, and now Lissandra tries to salvage this, but dies in turn. Sylas falls to the tower shots, but Lissandra falls as well. That Lissandra passive is going to hit Pantheon, but Pantheon does too much damage. And Gwen took bottom turret and inhibitor as well. That's 2 inhibitors for Green Eggs and spam, and just the kills are starting to snowball in Green Eggs' favor.
Yeah, there you go. You're starting to see the scaling come into this Green Egg squad. The Gwen, they're looking almost definitely dead. Actually, the reason why the Lissandra had to go away was because it was pretty much dying to minions, right? So even though the Lissandra wanted to fight there, the Lissandra was definitely going to die to Baron enhanced minions. So yeah, it looked really tough there. It looked like you saw the damage of that Tahm Kench basically being nothing, being healed back up by the Gwen later into this game.
Healing Gwen. He was healing Gwen.
Exactly, he was healing Gwen. But actually, something I do want to point out is this Pantheon build. It is that Divine Sunder Bork build, so it is more of that bruiser build rather than the glass cannon lethality build, you know, the Eclipse build that we see usually onto this Pantheon. So that's very important and very big for the team.
Can I looking at that though, can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Perhaps is that not just Wukong 2?
Yeah,
Wukong 2.
Wukong. It's
Electric
Wukong. Everyone should just build Wukong items, you know, even if you're Diana, or you know, even if you're Elise, you know, just build Wukong items. You're gonna win. But
Lissandra is does get the Frozen Tomb stolen, and Sylas going in as well, and this is a kill. Now Gwen using the ultimate as well, trying to go for the Renata. Hostile takeover is there, flashing away, but she will possibly fall here to the Gwen not electing to overchase. Sivir is around, but this is 4 members. They do have the Pantheon ultimate available. They could go for this dive, but they're just going to clear the way. Sylas now possibly getting caught out here. Gets devoured by the Tahm Kench, and he's going to get pulled back into the base, and that is a free kill off this side. Sylas trying to waste as much time as possible, but managed to get away. A great battle. There is still a Lee Sin, but there was an Encore on there, and now Pantheon getting a kill. We do see the Lee Sin using his ultimate defensively here, having to flash away, and huge Seraphine stun there. Seraphine flashing in as well.
Pantheon using the ultimate as well. Trap Ori going in with a flash, using that stun. They managed to stun away the Tompkins from his W again, and I believe this is the win for Green Eggs and Spam. An ace to end the game and to take a 1-0 series lead.
That was crazy. Joso on the Sylas surviving that, and they just get another ace to finish it off. I mean, right now, it looks like Lissandra is just losing straight up to Sylas in terms of, in the matchup. So teams definitely need to pay attention to that. But Joso played that extremely well.